Hi, I'm Linda Chae, and I love Bergamot. What's Bergamot? Well, it's not a new boyfriend. Bergamot's an essential oil. Bergamot is this amazing essential oil that most people don't even know about. Where did it even get that name? Well, some people believe it came from Bergamo, which was a city in Lombardy, which is where it was first produced. That's why it goes back to Italian folk medicine. It was even known in Napoleon's era to be like the major perfume. So when we talk about Bergamot, the one thing I also want to point out is that it can be light, it can make you light sensitive. It's called phototoxicity. When you wear a lot of citruses and like bergamot, and you put it on and you go out in the sun and you get a sunburn, it's important if you buy bergamot to buy furocoumarin free. That's FCF should be on the label. And that's making it or extracting it with the distillation process and making sure there's no furocoumarins so that you don't have any phototoxicity. Well, what does this fresh, fruity flora aroma do? Oh, I put some on myself before I did the video. And psychologically, so we're going to go into psychologically and then we're going to go into physical. So it comforts nerves. It is all awesome for anxiety. It uplifts the spirit. It's great for inspiration. And above and beyond that, you know, it's so good for self-worth, for self-love, self-acceptance. I don't know a person on the planet that doesn't beat themselves up sometimes. Some people do it every day. And then you get this record going. You get this constant self-talk of, yeah, 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 yeah. If you'd only done this, if you'd only done that, then you turn that into blame. Well, this is the anti-self-blame game, Bergamot. You know, we all want to be unlimited, so we got to get rid of those limited beliefs that hold us back and are full of self-criticism. You know, this is even great to use in the classroom and for children. It's an oil that not everybody, especially a baby, you want to put it on their skin, but you can put it on the corner of a bib, you can put it on a pillow, you can make it be a smell that's accessible in a home or in a classroom. Children learn better when they're relaxed. Children are more creative. Who's their best when they're uptight and full of anxiety? Very few of us. When we're uptight and upset, we don't think well, we don't solve problems well, we don't learn well, we don't remember, we don't have good social interaction. So if we want the very best for our children, expose them to bergamot. You can put some in a tissue in the lunchbox. You can do different things different ways. I love to put it in my clothes drawer. And then I just pull it out in the morning and it just smells good. So it's a gentle oil. It's gently relaxing. It's not like taking a Valium. It's soft. It's soothing. It just gently lets you down. It's also distinctly uplifting. So all of that together, if we want to talk about it in Chinese medicine, we would talk about the Qi energy, or Qi energy, and that's your life force. So that's the feelings you have. That's the energy working around your body. One of the things that most interferes with health is stagnation, constriction. So constriction in the emotions, constriction in the physical body. So when we're constricted, we have tension, irritability, frustration, you know, and all of those together lead up to, if we don't process, if we don't release, it's depression. And when we have that kind of depression, it builds up into an accumulated stress, accumulated anger. And then it's like that Mount Vesuvius that just explodes. So one of the things bergamot does is it helps release all those pent-up feelings. Matter of fact, I like to call it a reset button. You know, what's wonderful is on a computer we can hit reset, everything in clear. We also have a delete button on our computer. Well, sometimes it's just not so easy to delete the upsets that we're feeling. So God gave us some answers. There's some blessings out there in nature that can let you push the reset button just by smelling it, with the intent you're willing to let go of all your upset. Let's talk about how bergamot affects the physical body, because that same constriction, that same uptight Qi energy will affect your digestion. It's one of the first things to go because anxiety gets located in the stomach, and the stomach tenses, and then the intestines don't work so well. So all aspects and processes of digestion. Now I love taking digestive enzymes. I love taking our digest and whole body. But those aren't going to overcome tension in the gut. So abdominal distension. If the belly is full and tight, one of the things that we know is we've got tension being built up there. So let's talk about the other places where stagnant tissue is affected besides the stomach and the intestines. So the urinary system, also your skin. Your skin is your third kidney. So when we're not eliminating properly because our digestion is upset, we're not eliminating properly because our kidneys are upset, the skin has to do the overload. And so skin disorders from anxiety, upset, and congested chi that doesn't have a flow in the body, life force doesn't have a flow in the body, leads to all sorts of skin problems. All right, let's also talk about insomnia. When we're upset and that mind is going, you lay down, try to go to sleep at night, and you've got insomnia. So I love to take a couple of drops of bergamot, and I just drop them on my pillow and rub my pillow. And if it's too much at the beginning, I'll turn my pillow upside down. But then somewhere in the night, I'm squeezing my pillow, and I just have that feeling of bliss. So another thing that you want to look at is if you've got anxiety in the heart and the mind, you've got anxiety in the body. That leads to the mood swings. All of those end up being an addictive behavior. We get in a cycle about it. And so if you want to rediscover your spontaneity, your optimism, you want to reset yourself and delete the anxiety and that mental turmoil, it's a matter of making a choice. So you've got to first choose, hey, I want to let that go. And then choose bergamot. That's an essential oil, and there's many, many beautiful plants out there. So this is not the only one that is an anti-stressor, but it's certainly one that more people could use and probably forget to use. Last but not least, I just want to talk about this beautiful little green fruit. Bergamot is in the fruit family, but used in, like I mentioned, the perfume industry. It's also been used in the liquor industry to make things like Campari. So as an essential oil, one of the things I want to talk about is it's important that bergamot is picked when it's perfectly ripe. All other industries can use the bergamot just like ripe fruit falls from the tree. Well, how much easier is it for a farmer to go along and just use one of those picker-upper machines that just kind of gathers the fruit that's fallen on the ground? The bergamot should be picked before it falls off the tree. It should be picked when it's that perfect, almost ripe, but you gotta pull it off the tree. So the bergamot that I like to buy comes from people that are hand picking it every single day. This one is almost ripe today. That one's going to almost be ripe tomorrow. And so there's beautiful regions in Italy, and I love this one farm that does the most magnificent job. They love their bergamot so much that they take care of these bitter orange trees, and they take care of the perfect amount of water, no toxic chemical insecticides or pesticides. And so bergamot, when it's given its gift of almost ripe right off the tree, is what then gives us that calm, collected, refreshing, upbeat, feel good all over our body. So enjoy bergamot.